Central with a 48-57 record, although they played better out on the road this year. 3 games over 500. And a very similar lineup to last night. Ramirez at second, Lindor at short. Brandley instead of DH is out in left field. Santana serving as a DH tonight. Gomes homered last night. He's behind the plate. Lonnie Chisenhall came out of the game early. Remember, a little whiplash action in the 4th inning, but he's fine. He's back in right field. Jerry Sands gets to start at first. Michael Bourne is in center, and then Urshela is in at third base and batting 9th as they take on Shoemaker. 20th game, 19th start. He's 5-7 on the season with a 4.24 ERA.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball very, very well of late. Only 102 hits in 104 innings pitched. But my go-to is for Shoemaker to be successful. The strike percentage in his last 5 starts, 63% of his pitches are strikes, which, believe it or not, is down a little bit from what earlier in the season, but it's the quality of the strikes down in the strike zone consistently that's made Matt Shoemaker the Matt Shoemaker of old. The batting average 227 after he's got ahead of the count 0-1. Very solid for Shoe.
Check out the Angels defensively behind Matt Shoemaker this evening. DeJesus in left, Trout in center, Calhoun in right. The infield with Gillespie and Ivar on the left side. Giavotella and Pujols back in the lineup at first base. And Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
Yeah, it's great to have Albert back on the defensive side. 2-time Gold Glove winner in 06 and 2010. And he has started in that first base position 78 of the 106 games played. He has turned 42 double plays, a .994 fielding percentage for Albert Pujols.
Albert chatting up Sandy Alomar Jr., legend in Cleveland.
Yeah, batted number 9 for a while for Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's a pretty large number 9 hitter with some great power. What do you have, 25 home runs one year
right.
at the number 9 spot?
First base coach for the Tribe, and I think at some point will be a manager.
No question. One of the great people in the game.
Tonight's first pitch being delivered by the UPS store. Jose Ramirez, switch-hitting second baseman at the plate. A 173 hitter this year. 0 for 3 last night with 2 walks. First one tonight in there for a strike. Jeff Nelson, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes. Pat Hoberg at first, Chris Guccione at second, and Corey Blazer, who's behind the plate last night, is at third tonight. 0-1. Outside. Shoemaker throwing the ball well. Remember last year in the second half of the season, in quotation marks. An incredible run for the Angels as this one's fouled back. It's 1-2. He's off to a good start already post All-Star break. 2 starts for him, 1-0, 13 innings, 5 hits, 17 strikeouts, and 4 walks.
It's the quality of his strikes. He's been consistent keeping the ball down. That sets up his split finger fastball to get those swing and misses.
2 balls, 2 strikes. A warm evening here in SoCal, 84 degrees at first pitch. A little mug here today.
Yeah, a little cool. It's pretty cool in the booth, though.
Yeah. Might have something to do with all the concrete. This one is just up and away. Full count. Looked like it missed. Ramirez, in last night's game against Garrett Richards, ended up picking up a walk to start the ball game. Cleveland scoring 3 times in the first against Garrett. Man, oh man, did Garrett ever settle down. This one's fouled back. Richards ended up going 7 1/3, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits, matching his career high in strikeouts with 11. He picked up his 11th win of the season.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit about his performance last night today, and he was proud of what he was able to accomplish after that first inning. And that's, he said, it's part of the maturing of a young pitcher.
And it's a leadoff walk for Ramirez tonight as well. That's something that Shoemaker's been able to limit here of late. The strikeouts racking up. He's got 104 innings under his belt this year, 102 hits allowed, 91 strikeouts.
What we noticed from Ramirez, he's pretty patient at the plate. He doesn't chase, especially off-speed pitches out of the strike zone. The 1-2 pitch that Shoemaker threw, his split-finger fastball, was a pretty good one. He made no attempt to swing at it. Didn't swing at that slider down in the dirt against Richards last night either.
And Ramirez will run 8 stolen bases on the year. He's got a huge lead already. Lindor takes outside, so Shoemaker, kind of like Richards last night, trying to find that release point. Lindor went 0 for 3 last night with a sacrifice bunt. That sacrifice occurred in the first. Gillespie playing it on the grass at third.
What do you try to do as a pitcher when you have a base runner trying to establish his lead? Make him stop. Ramirez was trying to keep his momentum going, and Shoemaker did a nice job of making him stop. More difficult to steal a base that way.
Ramirez takes off. The pitch is high. The throw down to second is in time. Ramirez thrown out. I wonder if it was the original tag, or maybe he came off the bag a little bit. But no hesitation by Chris Guccione, the second base umpire. Francona looking back to see what they decide down in the clubhouse.
Decent jump. Quick throw. There, the hand is in.
Looks like maybe the second tag.
See if he was able to keep his hand in. It was blocked well, the base initially by Giavotella. There, he's off the base.
Yep, there it is.
He's got him.
And that's the thing that we keep talking about the last couple of years with the new instant replay rules. No more swipe tags and pop it back out. It's stay on.
Stay all the way through. Especially when a base runner is going with a head first slide. So hard for the runner to maintain control of the base without hurting their thumb or finger.
2-1. Bouncer to the right side. Albert's got it. 2 down.
Coming into the game, Chris Iannetta has thrown out a little over 21% of would-be basers. That was a big out for the Angels, and Chris Iannetta with that throw and a good tag, and kept that tag on for Giavotella.
That's a part of the offense and the way the Cleveland Indians play. They're not known for the long ball this year. Just 85 home runs. Gomes hitting one last night. But they need, especially now with Jason Kipnis on the disabled list with a right shoulder inflammation, that they need to manufacture some runs. Michael Brantley at the plate with 2 outs. The base is clear. The first one's down low. Brantley had a 2-hit game last night, going 2 for 4, and also picked up an RBI. 302 hitter, 8 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes.
13 pitches thrown in this first inning for Shoemaker. 8 of them so far have been out of the strike zone.
Two and 1. A couple of scores to report on. Toronto won again. They defeated the Minnesota Twins 3-1. Kansas City over Detroit 5-1. Texas currently leading Houston 4-3 in the 6th. This one's fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Toronto now 4 games over 500. Made some serious moves at the trade deadline.
Let's put it this way: if the playoffs started today, and they don't because the season ends 2 months from today, but just hypothetically, the Angels would host the Toronto Blue Jays, the wild card game. This one pulled foul.
And that's probably David Price in that game facing.
Oh, I would imagine David Price even on one day's rest. That's what they got him for.
You feel good today. And the Angels with the lead as far as the #1 seed, as far as the wild card. I'm just talking to Soch today. They're not even thinking about that. Obviously, this time of the year, there's plenty of baseball left, but they're talking about being consistent and catching the Astros.
2-2. Got him looking down. Goes Brantley. First strike of the night for Shoemaker. We'll head to the bottom of the first. DeJesus, Calhoun, and Trout coming up for the Angels. DeJesus, Calhoun, and Trout, the top third of the order. Pujols back in the lineup at first. Murphy, the DH tonight. Ibar, Jordan Gillespie at third. Giavotella at second. 9 up behind the plate. He will bat 9th as they take on the 28-year-old right-hander native of Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Carlos Carrasco.
Carrasco, very good stuff. Fastball is 93 to 97. Slider, curve, very solid. Changeups, like go-tos. Be successful against them. Success first time through. Batting average at over 300, 306 the first time through. And discipline in the approach. Don't chase breaking pitches out of the strike zone. Throws about 56% of his pitches. Fastballs, look for the fastball.
DeJesus hitting .249 with 5 home runs and 27 RBIs. Picked up his first hit as an Angel last night. And an RBI as well to boot. 1 for 4 and also hit by a pitch. The first one is downstairs. Carrasco coming off a complete game win against Oakland. 1 run on 2 hits. It was 9 innings. That one's in there for a strike to even the count.
Talked to David today about that pitch. It hit him in the elbow. I said, were you trying to get out of the way of that? He goes, no, I was going old school. And he goes, well, how'd that feel going down the first base? He goes, I had no feeling in my fingers going down the first base.
Bet it felt better as he scored the run.
Yes, that's what he said.
A rally starter with 2 outs. Angels scoring 2 runs in that inning against Kluber. Making a 1-run deficit, and they scored the 3 runs in the 6th. Two balls, 1 strike. Carrasco works from the stretch and is in there. 2-2. He's got some experience against the Angels. 7th game, 2nd start. 1-0 and a 1.88 earned run average. He's also picked up a save in his career against the Angels. Nasty movement down and in. DeJesus, a ground ball to Ramirez, and there's the first out of the first. The Indians behind Carrasco, Brantley, Bourne, and Chisenhall in the outfield. Urshela, Lindor, Ramirez, and Sands from third to first. Gomes behind the plate.
Michael Bourne, who made that outstanding play last night in center field, a 2-time Gold Glove winner, also in 2009 and 2010 when he was with the Astros. He can cover some ground, going back on the baseball very well, but also charges those short fly balls and covers a ton of ground.
Calhoun hitting .281 now with 14 home runs, 58 runs batted in. A couple of good passes last night. Ended up going 2 for 4. Also picked up an RBI. Just barely caught the outside corner for a strike. 18 doubles, 1 triple for Cole. Ground ball sounded like it broke his bat. A bouncer to third. 2 down.
Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful going to NWA. Always into something. Bottom line is the offense. Got to create runs. Also look for the long ball. You have 2 guys in the lineup here, with Trout and Pujols being back in there to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But the other guys in the lineup got to create those opportunities to score a lot of runs.
Here's Trout. Went NWA because of the movie that's coming out.
Oh, yeah. Trying to tie it all together. Straight out of Compton.
It's all about synergy with
Yes, it is.
0-1 count on Trout, hitting .310 with 32 home runs and 68 RBIs.
See, looking forward to that movie myself.
I'd be too. Like last night, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Also worked the walk. He's behind in the count at 0-2.
It's that good changeup he has.
One and 2. Carrasco has pitched much better out on the road this year. 2.82 ERA compared to 5.37 at Progressive. Bouncer over to third. Shell fires it across the diamond in a 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco. 320 here together.
Yeah, let's get a lot of people to go.
Just random people.
Yes, indeed.
Excuse me, sir.
Would you like to go to an Angel game?
Carlos Santana stepping up to lead things off, followed by Jan Gomes and Lonnie Chisenhall here in the second. Santana at first base last night, DHing tonight. 2 for 4 last night, 2 strikeouts, 2 singles. Picked up an RBI. Two and one. She threw 17 pitches in the first, 9 strikes, 1 walk, 1 punch out. Has 1 career start against Cleveland. It was a good one too. 8 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts.
Remember, he thought he might have a shot at completing that game.
Little cue shot. Shoemaker, good fielding position. 1 down. He is. The splitter has been really effective for him of late. That was a big issue for him early on in the season, especially with the long ball, more of a tumbling pitch that guys were able to.
And because he's been throwing his fastball in the lower part of the strike zone, with that feel of the fastball downstairs in the split finger, the same arm action, that's why it's starting at the knees and then landing in the dirt for a swing and miss or an easy ground ball out.
Jan Gomes takes down and in. 227 hitter this year, 6 home runs and 20 RBIs. The odd number for Shoemaker is the 0-2 count. The guys are hitting .314 against him.
Whatever, I've noticed why that's the case with him. He's trying to make that perfect pitch 0-2, and then he ends up making a mistake. Instead of just trusting that arm angle, allows him to have the split finger fastball go down, start in the middle of the plate, and then work down towards the dirt. See that graphic, last 10 starts been very, very good for him. And at times, when he was struggling there, he was lacking confidence. He told me that he just didn't feel comfortable on the mound, but his last 10 starts, he feels he's back to where he was last year.
Gomes pulls it foul. It stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gomes homering the first inning last night, a 2-run shot. Got in on his hands. This one out to shallow center. Trout comes in. 2 down.
Real good location, that pitch from Shoemaker.
So here's Lonnie Chisenhall. Mentioned he came out of the game last night. A little flare out to shallow right in which he dove for the baseball. Third baseman by Trey playing the outfield. It was one of those dives straight in. Ball hit underneath the chin, but it was more the way he landed, kind of had a little whiplash action. They were worried that maybe a concussion issue for him, but he's all right. All clear. Plays back in the lineup. It's 2-0. 218 hitter this year, 5 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Two balls, 2 strikes. What we did see last night, Gooby, especially with Richards, as he settled in from the second inning on. More of the off-speed stuff, the breaking stuff, and a lot of swings and misses on that stuff.
Yeah, 11 punch-outs. He got ahead of the count, what, I think, 7 or 8 times. 0-2 last night for Richards. Early on, that was not the case.
There's a called strike 3. That's a second strikeout for Shoemaker. Last night, the Angels racked up 14 strikeouts. As we head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. 3-game set beginning on Friday. Angels will wrap up this 3-game set tomorrow afternoon. 12:35 start. The old business person special. Daubert looks at a strike for Carrasco to start off the second. Night off last night. 257 on the season, 30 home runs, 66 RBIs. Mike Scioscia saying it was a planned night off for Albert, trying to get him off his feet. You see that more and more as the
really needed that, Victor.
Yeah, last couple of months of the season, you'll see Trout take a day off as well. Periodically, Cole. The old dog days of August.
A lot of innings for Trout, Pujols, Calhoun.
Ground ball back to the mound. 1 out.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Last night, Michael Bourne in center field, going back on the baseball, under control as you see him getting back to the wall and leaps up and makes an outstanding play. The height he was able to get up there and make the play on against Cole Calhoun, but it was all about that relaxed approach, getting back to the wall and the leap to make an outstanding play and the height to do so.
There's David Murphy DHing tonight. We'll look at a strike. Halos will continue to use the platoon. Left field DH. DeJesus, Murphy, Victorino, CJ Crone. And we'll see what happens when Matt Joyce comes off the DLs. Murphy cuts through that one. It's 0-2. Matt feeling a little bit better. Took some batting practice today, lightly. Still no timetable for his return. He's on the concussion list.
Said he's feeling a little bit better. Should be swinging a bat very soon.
Murphy strikes out swinging. First strikeout of the night for Carrasco. 2 outs.
Well, he's getting locked in early. Generally, when you think about first time through against Carrasco, you have a little bit more success. He's locating all his pitches very well at this point. That's a great fastball by a low ball fastball hitter in David Murphy. 306 batting average first time through. Second time through 190. Third time 254. And the fourth time through against him 235.
Took a little time for him to kind of get it at the major league level, but boy oh boy, he has certainly taken it to another gear as far as stuff wise. The breaking ball misses. Ibar ahead of the count.
Another pitcher starting from the stretch position.
Eric hitting 278, couple of home runs, 35 RBIs. Sees the count even up on him. Carrasco last year pitched in 40 games, made 14 starts. 8-7 with a 2.55 ERA. Now a couple of seasons removed from Tommy John surgery. 1-2.
140 strikeouts and his 27 walks this year. That's a great ratio.
Originally in the Phillies organization, he was part of that Cliff Lee deal. Another good trade for the Indians. Kluber being another good one. Saw him last night. '97, easy 97 from the stretch.
From the stretch. And the release point when he gets rid of the baseball, majority of his pitches right at the knees, so that makes his changeup / split finger fastball a quality pitch for him also. This solid slider at 89 miles an hour.
Tapper foul. Keeps his at-bat alive. Jared Weaver, by the way, tonight making his second rehab start. He's through 2 innings so far. 18 pitches, 12 strikes. That's against Lake Elsinore.
So if you think in terms of days, today being Tuesday, he might be penciling in for Sunday or Monday, depending on what Mike Socha, Mike Butcher want to do with Garrett Richards, who can go either day himself, either Sunday or Monday.
Right, you've got the off day coming up. Play with that. The Angels, after the weekend series against Baltimore, head to Chicago for 3, and to Kansas City for 4. It'll flare out to shallow center field. Michael Bourne comes racing in. The 1-2-3 inning for Carrasco. He's retired all 6 as we head to the 3rd with no score. Still don't know with Matt Joyce going on, but there was the potential for a bigger move, whether Cespedes or Upton. What's your feeling as to why the Angels decided to go this round as opposed to go ahead and spending on a rental?
Well, I did a little research today. I talked to an executive from another team to kind of get an idea about some of the guys that actually were traded and how they would compare to Angels prospects. So I looked in particular at Gerardo Parra, who would be a really nice fit for the Angels. He's a guy that they were really focused on. A lot of people thought that they could get him. And the guy that the Brewers got for him is a guy named Zach Davies. And I asked somebody to compare him to like an Angels prospect. And I was told that he's basically a little better than Nick Tropiano, better than Chris Ellis, you know. So then you're looking, if you compare him to the Angels system, you're talking about if you want to improve on that deal, you want to get somebody better than that. If the Brewers wanted to get somebody better than that from the Angels, you're looking at a really short list. You're looking at like Sean Newcomb and obviously Andrew Heaney they weren't going to trade. And then really you're talking about maybe the more talented guys that were much lower, you know, like a Joe Gatto. And probably the Brewers are more interested in some immediate help, and this guy can be in the major leagues this year or next year. So you can see that's what the Angels were up against, and I think that's why they weren't able to get like an impact guy, because their farm system, as much as it has improved lately, it's just still not that deep in terms of quantity of really good prospects.
Now, Fletch, that being said, there still seems to be a need or two, maybe some bench help infield, the middle infielder, or maybe down in the bullpen. Do you think that's something of a possibility that could happen any day or just before the end of the non-waiver trade deadline at the end of August?
Well, I would say it's really difficult to get anybody of any impact in either of those roles. Middle infield, I really don't think that that's a possibility, because the Angels are committed to keeping Taylor Featherston, and you can't get another player and keep him on the roster. So I would kind of rule that out. As for a bullpen, there's always bullpen pieces floating around. They got Vinny Pestano in August last year. I know that's probably not going to get people all excited about getting another Vinny Pestano, but that's the kind of thing you're looking at in August.
You can always come up with a magical injury for Featherston to go on the disabled list. I mean, that's been known to happen if you really wanted to make some sort of move. The problem is, in those cases, those guys that will clear waivers are the guys with some big money due to it.
Right. The two kinds of players that clear waivers are guys that are not very good or guys that make a lot of money. And the Angels don't need either of those kind of guys.
All right, back-to-back strikeouts for Shoemaker, so 2 outs here, and so that's good for you. You're doing really well right now. So we want to talk about Angels players currently. Let's talk about David Freese, how he's coming along. It looks like he might be back maybe next week. And Matt Joyce still kind of feeling a little woozy.
Well, David Freese is going to start taking some soft toss in a couple days, and he would be 3 weeks out from his injury next Wednesday. And 3 weeks is the time it took last year for him to get back from the broken middle finger. He feels like it's about the same, so it's reasonable to expect that he could be back sometime on the road trip next week. Maybe if it's pushed a little, it would be when they come back home. As for Matt Joyce, he took some batting practice today. It was his first real baseball activity since his concussion. He's still probably a little ways away, and of course the issue is what the Angels are going to do with him when he does come back. He doesn't seem to have a spot on the 25-man roster right now. If he comes back before September 1st, probably have to trade or release or something like that. If the injury lingers, which is possible with concussions, a lot of times it happens. And if it's September 1st, then obviously you have a 40-man roster and you can keep him.
Yeah, with Freese, you mentioned Freese coming back soon. Where would you think he's going to set up as far as in the lineup now with the new additions that the Angels have right now?
I would probably think Freese would be batting behind Murphy and ahead of Ibar down there in the 5-6 spot. I kind of think that's where they would slot him.
All right, I want to put your GM hat on. What do you do if Matt Joyce is ready to go, comes back early? How do you fix that mix, the glut of players, especially with Featherston? You'd have to offer back if you were trying to take him off the roster.
Well, you can't take Featherston off unless you're going to teach Joyce to play shortstop. So there's just no room unless one of the other guys, Victorino gets hurt or something like that could happen. I mean, until something happens, you never know. But as all the guys currently healthy right now, it's just really difficult to imagine a spot for him on the 25-man roster. And, they could trade him to maybe send him back to Tampa, someplace he's more comfortable. Anybody can get traded. The Angels traded Drew Butera. They're not great trades. You don't get a lot back, but their GMs help each other out. I mean, the reason Connor Gillespie got on the Angels is basically the White Sox had no spot for him, and they basically did the Angels a favor. They sent him along, and the same thing could happen with Matt Joyce.
Yeah, Connor being DFA'd.
And with the way Matt Shoemaker has been pitching, now you feel, I mean, what sense you have in that dugout or in the clubhouse about the starting rotation? No C.J. Wilson in there now, may not be there the rest of the season. Weaver's on his way back. Is it a feeling that they're still very comfortable with the rotation?
Yeah, they basically have Weaver or Nick Tropiano right now to fill in for CJ. And I don't think they honestly know which guy it's going to be the next time that turn comes up, which is next Tuesday. It depends a lot on what happens tonight with Weaver. And I think they feel pretty comfortable that one of those guys will be the option that fits.
All right, long shot, and I know Sean Newcomb just got promoted to Double-A. Is there a possibility that he gets showcased and comes up in a little cup of coffee in September when the roster's
Brandon Finnegan role like last year with the Royals? I asked about that specifically in about a month ago. I asked Scott Service, and he said, you never say never to anything, but that's really not the kind of thing they want to do because they really see a lot of value for him as a starter, and they just kind of want to keep him doing that. Plus, also, he's going to be at a lot of innings here pretty soon, so they're not going to want to bring him up there and start his clock and start paying him and all that if you just want to have him get 5 innings as a cup of coffee.
And I know you cover the major league team, but you kind of keep your eye on the minor league side of things as Shoemaker has 2 strikeouts and back-to-back hits now. But is there someone that's perhaps on that 40-man roster that maybe no one's really thinking about right now that could maybe make a little impact or help this ball club as we get into September?
Oh, boy, that's a tough one. You put me on the spot there.
Oh, sorry.
So there's probably not a lot of surprise guys down there that not the guys that we're already familiar with.
Could Caleb Coward help?
Well, he's not on the 40-man roster, so that is an interesting question with him.
That's right.
Certainly, it's an interesting guy because he's had a really good year, and they are going to have to put him on the 40-man in the winter. So it's possible that they could throw him up there. He's a good defensive player. He's a switch hitter. Certainly, I would not rule that out entirely.
Does Grant Green come up at some point and have a chance of playing somewhere in the infield instead of what we've seen lately from him out in the outfield?
Well, he's going to come up in September for sure when rosters expand. I think they still view him more as a guy who plays first base and left field. I don't think they want to see him in the middle infield too much. I think there's too many other guys ahead of him that they like better, defensively in the middle infield. But they like the fact that he can play a lot of positions, and they certainly like that he can hit pretty well.
Fletch, we appreciate it, man. You emptied the tank. You came in here, brought your A game, and
you got 2 punch-outs right away.
Now we're stalled here.
Yeah, but that's okay. But we, as always, we thank you for coming by. Unless you've got something else, you got a book or anything you want to plug?
Oh, no.
No?
I should write a book.
You feel free to come out here and plug it.
I want to write Gooby's book.
Oh,
there's probably some good
call
stories.
it Gooby Tuesday. No. How's that?
Oh, you don't want to write that.
That would be great.
Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming by, and look forward to doing this again.
All right.
Probably around September when the rosters expand.
Thanks, Fletch.
Sure.
Outstanding job.
Door with a 2-0 count. Looks at a strike. Snap throw to second. And short hop gets away from Ivo, but Johnny G backing up there. Urshela cannot advance. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 2 hits allowed by Shoemaker.
Urshela with a big lead, but a good secondary lead, trying to be able to advance potentially on a single in the outfield. Trying to be quick. Not quite get there as far as the throw to him at second base. Big spot now for Shoemaker and the Angels here to try to get through this inning with no damage.
A 3-1 count. Fletch always with great stuff, great information. Always willing to help out.
Yeah, he's got a great relationship with the club also and the players.
3-1. This is fouled back and out of play. So full count, 2 outs. Base runners will take off on the next pitch. This is the guy you want to get. You got Bradley, who's been really good with men in scoring position this year, on deck. Urshela from second, Ramirez from first. Runners take off. 3-2, got him. Off-speed pitch.
What a
it's the
pitch.
first strikeout of the inning for Shoemaker.
Yeah, gutsy pitch there on a 3. Well, if you're Lindor, you have to think you're going to get a fastball there. 3-2 count. You have Brantley on deck. Mentioned how well he's hit with runners in scoring position. Lindor thinking fastball instead. A perfect off-speed pitch from Shoemaker.
Two-0 count on Connor, hitting .244, hit his 4th home run last night. His one and only hit of the game, but it was a big one. 21 RBIs. Bulk of the playing time at third base with David Freese on the disabled list. Featherston got a start the other day at third. It's Kershaw. Little flare down the left field line, and that is foul. Gives you an idea of that running action on that pitch by Carrasco, tailing away from a left-handed batter.
Has excellent stuff. Gillespie just trying to make contact, even though he's in a hitter's count. With that movement, couldn't square the baseball up, even though you're trying to do so. 2-0.
Almost went nature boy there.
Woo!
Carrasco with 1 strikeout, no walks. Ground ball to second. 1 out.
5 ground ball outs already for Carrasco in this game. Reason why? Most of his pitches at the knees or below.
And everything has been a strike. A lot of times you get those sinker ballers that start on the lower part of that strike zone. Bottom drops out. It's no longer a strike by the time you start your swing, but hitters getting some pitches to hit. Just a lot of action on it.
Especially 95 to 97.
Ivars, the lefty, is the only one that's gotten some off-speed stuff. Challenge Murphy. Johnny shoots one out to right field. Chisenhall is there. 2 down. Let's take a look at the Honda upcoming schedule. Mentioned one more tomorrow. It's a 12:35 start here against the Tribe. Then an off day on Thursday. Baltimore rolls into town for a 3-game set. 7:05 Friday, 6:05 Saturday, and 12:35 on Sunday. Then it's out on the road for a week, then come home for a week.
White Sox have cooled off a little bit. They were getting close to that 500 mark. Struggling again tonight. Tampa scoring 11 runs against them. Beating that one 11-2.
Sorry, Gooby. Baltimore came into tonight 5.5 back in the East at 54 and 51, and the Yankees won tonight. They throttled the Red Sox 13-3. Baltimore currently scoreless at Oakland. In Arlington, the Rangers maintaining a 4-3 lead. That game's at the top of the 8th. Astros have one more in Texas, and then they go up to the Coliseum in Oakland.
That sharp, hard slider at 89. And almost all his pitches inside or outside at the knees.
Iannetta goes down swinging. They apply the tag. Iannetta trying to sell it, and he foul tipped it. Well, it's 9 up and 9 down for Carrasco. We'll head to the fourth with no score.
Let him hit a line drive at a fielder. I said, really? And he goes, yeah, that's your best approach. I said, that's going to work well.
Bradley leading things off here. Takes ball one against Matt Shoemaker. That day, by the way, August 4th of '85. It was also the same day that Tom Seaver recorded his 300th career victory.
Tom, terrific.
That's talking about the White Sox.
Yeah. Drop and drive.
That's odd, though.
Yeah.
White Sox.
It's a Met. And a Cincinnati Red. I always think of it with the Mets, though, the way he was able to drive towards the plate.
Bradley rips one out to deep right field. Calhoun pulls up. This one is off the top of the scoreboard. Bradley trying to go to second. Here comes a throw from Calhoun, and he is out! Nicely played by Cole Calhoun for the first down.
And we're going to check and see if that ball got out of here, but what a play by Cole. 5 assists this season in right field. This ball was crushed by Brantley. But what a throw. A perfect throw and a nice tag, because that's a short hop. And Eric Ibar able to scoop it.
That's under the yellow stripe. And I love the way he played that. Like, he had, in his mind, he knew he's going to have a shot at second base.
And he knew the distance the baseball was going to go off the wall. The only way you'd learn how to do that is you practice taking some baseballs off that wall and the height of the wall to know exactly how far it's going to bounce away. Well, what a perfect throw by Cole. That's why that pitch he made to Lindor last inning was so important, because Brantley would have been up in that situation.
Santana takes ball one. But Bradley with decent speed. You wonder if he thought he got it off the bat. He tried to turn it into the next gear after the ball went off the top of the wall. Well played by Cole. Santana waves at the off-speed pitch to even the count. Santana with a bouncer back to the mound in the second. He's 0 for 1.
Again, that's all practice. That baseball off the wall, knowing exactly how far it's going to carry him off the wall to be able to make a play like that.
Let's go back to that Brantley swing. I think he thought he got it.
Then he tried to turn on the afterburners, but a perfect throw. Great scoop, too, and tag by Ibar. The distance of that throw from Cole, outstanding.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cole, a finalist for Gold Glove in right field last year in the American League. Should be in that conversation again this year. 6 outfield assists.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Santana. 2 outs.
It's amazing what a great defensive play can do for you when you're on the mound. Right away, Shoemaker picks up a strikeout on a split finger fastball. Great spot. You see how far out in front Santana was on his swing.
Here's John Gomes hit a fly ball to center field. His first at bat, so he's 0 for 1. Looks at an off-speed pitch for a strike. Shoemaker with 6 strikeouts and 1 walk, 3 hits allowed. Brantley gets credited with a single to lead off this fourth. Gomes last year a Silver Slugger Award winner. Silver Slug.
What do you say
for a
about
catcher?
him?
I know. It's bad. It's a new award by Major League Baseball. The Silver Slug.
Trying to say get right.
What a tool.
Well, he doesn't have a stolen base yet this year.
I'm not calling him a slug. No. My bad. 3-1 pitch to Mr. Gomes. Full count.
Yes, he's down, Mr. Gomes.
Oh, man. Chisenhall on deck. Halos at the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the payoff. Sharply hit toward Ibar. He's got it to his left. A 1-2, ends up being a 3-batter inning because of the play by Calhoun. So not a 1-2-3 innings. We head to the bottom of the inning. Still scoreless.
Half games back, but they have a better record at this point than the Dodgers. Should be a very good game.
DeJesus 0 for 1 as he grounded out to second base. One ball, one strike.
That's some serious life on the fastball. 97. A little bit off the outside corner, too. See the pitch speed range. That's fastball 97. Slowest changeup at 85.
Breaking ball, line to first. Sands has it. One away. Colo for 1. Grounded out to third. Five ground ball outs. 2 strikeouts and 3 outs in the air.
.37 pitches thrown from Carrasco so far. 29 in the strike zone and firm in the strike zone.
Yep. Last night it took the Angels a little while to get things going against Corey Kluber. Much the same here with Carrasco. Mentioned he threw a complete game in his last start. The third of 3 straight for Cleveland. 0-2.
He's got 2 complete games on the season.
Yeah. Bauer, Kluber, Carrasco went back to back with CGs. Cleveland staff ERA 3.86, 7th in the American League. Halos currently ranked 5th at 3.64. 0-2 now. Missed in. Trout on deck. Good crowd on this Tuesday night. MLB Network tote bag giveaway.
Nice bag, too.
2-2. Foul back. So reset and do it again.
Very similar as far as location of his fastball. Carrasco is compared to, like, say, Garrett Richards. Fastball downstairs, 97 miles an hour. And generally not the easiest thing in the world to strike out batters with fastballs at the knees like that. But you're also getting a lot of those fastballs off the end of the bat or on the handle of the bat. Difficult to square up.
And he got him swinging. Gomes flips down to Sands to complete the strikeout. 2 outs.
What an impressive company here as Mike Trout comes to the plate as far as what he has done at such an early age. Most home runs before turning 24. He turns 24 on August 7th. Eddie Matthews with 153, Mel Ott with 153, Ken Griffey Jr. 132, and Frank Robinson 130. All those names. And you're eventually going to see Ken Griffey Jr. in the Hall of Fame, all Hall of Famers.
Trout, a ground ball to third base. He's 0 for 1.
.10 counts against Carrasco this year, though. Hitters hitting .517, 15 for 29 with 3 home runs.
Running up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Halo's still looking for that first base runner of the ballgame. 3-0. Pujols on deck. And there's the first base run of the ballgame. A base on balls.
A lot of times you think, okay, he's been in this dominating, no base runners, see if it's any different from the stretch. Well, he's been in the stretch position the entire game.
Albert, a bouncer back to the mound. His first plate appearance. Looks at a strike.
Breaking pitch from Carrasco on an 0-2 count. Maybe a time for Mike Trout to maybe think about trying to steal a base, anticipating a breaking ball or something in the dirt. It's the 5th 0-2 count in this game. Worst case scenario, you still give Albert a fresh at bat next inning if you get thrown out.
Got 3 infielders on the left side. Reaching for that one a little bit.
Carrasco has allowed 9 stolen bases, 16 attempts. There's no pickoffs this year. And does a nice job as far as holding the baseball.
Albert strikes out swinging. Gomes completes the strikeout, but thrown down to Sands. And the Angels are done here in the 4th. We will head to the 5th. Still scoreless here. Lonnie Chisenhall struck out looking in the 2nd. This one lifted out to left. De Jesus puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the 5th. Brings up Sands. Jerry last night got the start in left field and finished in right. Over 3 game last night with 3 strikeouts and a 1. Former Dodger. 13th game with Cleveland. He struck out looking himself in the 3rd. Now 10 for 31 at the major league level this season. Oh, 2. Shoes come out here at match zeros with Carrasco. Now the Angels still look for their first hit. Just got their first base runner. Knew that's kind of what you had to do coming out. All the guys in this series. Richards last night, Shoemaker tonight, Hector Santiago tomorrow.
There's a ton of talent on this starting rotation for Cleveland. Some power arms. Salazar going tomorrow. Another good pitcher.
Not quite as consistent as the other guys in that rotation, but still terrific stuff.
There's Trevor Bauer there next to Kluber, who's had a solid season himself.
This one shot to right field. So Sands picks up his first hit of the series. Puts a man on with 1 out. Bourne coming up. And the Angels host the Orioles on Friday at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a Garrett Richards bobblehead courtesy of Pechanga Resort and Casino while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the stadium box office, or you can get them online.
Richards really likes that bobblehead. Likes his delivery.
One 0 count. Bourne went down swinging on an off-speed pitch in the 3rd inning. Bourne in 3rd year of his 4-year deal. Late on that one.
Going to pitch him away, especially up in the strike zone. You got to be ready if you're David De Jesus in left field.
Two balls and a strike.
Right at it quickly, making that sign to Matt Shoemaker just to slow it down. Front shoulder open up quickly, and that elevates the fastball. So far, 73 pitches, 43 strikes for Shoe.
Sands not going where. Short lead at first base, but they'll check in on him. Just ran through the bag.
I know. I was going to say, if Albert keeps that tag on him, he's going to be out.
Could potentially see Sands on the move on a hit run. Got the count to do it on. Doesn't go. Lifted foul. 2-2.
It's like the light waves out in force now.
Yeah, full effect right now. I haven't seen it as much this year as last season.
I wouldn't have minded that back in the day. Distract the hitter. Just have him right there in the hitter's eye back there. Everyone with that. The cell phone's going. Better chance to get someone out.
Full count. And no light wave in Kansas City, but you guys did give away the halter tops. Distraction enough.
It's extremely warm and hot in Kansas City during the summer.
Full count with one out and Sands at first base. Urshela on deck. Sands takes off. This one pulled to the right side. Off the glove of Pujols. It trickles into right. Sands heads over to third. Bourne will stay at first. So Cleveland with runners at the corners with one out.
Albert almost able to make that play. A good prep step and a hard shot from Bourne, just touching his glove. And because Sands is going on the pitch, able to cruise in to third base, forcing now looks like the infield in. Now they're going to go halfway in the middle part of the infield. Look for a double play ball.
Giovanni Urshela, the third baseman, singled with 2 outs in the third, so he's 1 for 1. In his big league debut on June the 9th.
He's grounded into 7 double plays this year.
Bourne with 12 stolen bases has been caught 5 times. First pitch on the way, and this one's popped up on the first base side, headed toward the seats and out of play. 0-1 count.
Three ground ball outs so far in this game for Shoemaker. He would love a ground ball to middle infielder right now.
Quick throw over to Bourne. Sands with a single to right. Bourne singling just off the glove of Pujols. Runners at the corners. First time the Indians have had a man reach third tonight. They had multiple base runners in the third inning, but unable to score. Lindor striking out to finish off that inning. 0-1. 0-2. Young hitter.
Span the strike zone. Trust Iannetta to keep that baseball in front of you, and just in case you bounce that pitch, you try to get a swing and miss.
Not a big lead at all for Bourne at first. That was downstairs.
Good try, though. Good location.
You try it again?
Yes, definitely.
The splitter here.
If he makes contact on that pitch, if it's down like that, it's going to be on the ground. So you could try to elevate a fastball upstairs. You may get a swing and miss, but also with a fastball upstairs, you get a good chance to hit a fly ball.
By the way, in Arlington, Texas, defeating the Astros 4-3, second consecutive night.
Texas now at 500, 53-53.
6 back now of the Stros. Inside, 2-2. These are the times where Shoemaker has become very deliberate, making sure that everything's at his pace, freezing the runners, especially when you got one out here and a double play potential.
And a guy that's rolled into 7 of them already this year.
Bourne off to a little bit bigger lead over at first. They'll check in on him again. Terry Francona, his 3rd season at the helm. Top of the order, Ramirez on deck. Now, how much does something like this, where you're worried about the base runner, feed into the confidence of a young player at the plate who's worked the count now to even at 2-2?
Yeah, that's why I think you just go right after him. Finish him off as quick as possible. Don't allow him to gain any confidence. Now he's even in the count. He can look for his zone now.
2-2. Off the foul, ricochets off the railing and into the seats. That pitch down and in.
Yeah, that was a split finger fastball, but you want that split finger to be down and away. He had a pretty good swing at that one.
All right, Netta will flash the signs here in case Bourne takes off.
Means that just in case if a swing and miss right now and Bourne's going, might be that fake throw to second and then quickly throw to third.
81 pitches for Shoemaker. 48 have been strikes. Foul tipped into the mid. Down goes Urshela, 2 outs.
Not exactly where Shu wanted to throw it, but at 82 miles an hour and upstairs, up and in, he gets that swing and miss. The follow through, a slider, a backup slider. Tried to get his hands inside, unable to do so. Big strikeout for Shoemaker.
7th of the night.
Sometimes those backup sliders are extremely effective.
The old cement mixers.
Yes.
Jose Ramirez, the second baseman, 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Ramirez, 22-year-old, native of the Dominican Republic. A shortstop by trade, playing second base, now with Kipnis on the DL. Saw his range last night. Go get it defensively. 49th game at the major league level this season. Now it's upstairs, 2-0.
Got to refocus, had a tough long at bat. You get Urshela out and refocus here now against Ramirez, who we've seen in these first 2 games is pretty patient at the plate. It's already with 3 walks in this series.
20 pitches thrown by Shoemaker here in the fifth. Linetta asking for time. The only walk that Shoemaker's issued in this one was to the leadoff man Ramirez to start the ballgame. For the most part, he's been around the zone, picking up those 7 strikeouts. 3 looking for swing. 2-0 pitch on the corner. Handles in the bottom of the fifth have Murphy, Ibar, and Gillespie coming up. Bourne takes off. The pitch is low. No throw from Linetta. Nobody even covering at second. So Bourne picks up his 13th stolen base. 2 men in scoring position now. And a 3-1 count. Francisco Lindor is the man on deck. Walked it, so they're loaded up. That pitch nowhere near the zone. Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit. Shoemaker will face Lindor with 2 outs and no place to put him.
It's a 4th walk in the series for Ramirez. Coming in the series, hit 178
and a 247 on base percentage. Lindor 0 for 2 with a ground out to Pujols and a strikeout in the third. Jerry Sands, the base runner at third base, Michael Bourne at second, and Jose Ramirez at first. Cleveland this year with the base loaded. A 128 batting average as a team. Trying to keep this scoreless to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. DeJesus and Trout very shallow in left and center respectively. Cole in a couple of steps in right. First pitch swinging, fouls it back, and he had a pretty good hack at that pitch.
Yeah, no matter how well you're throwing during the course of the game, there's always one inning where you kind of struggle to get through with any damage done. I think this inning right here, this batter for Shoemaker and the Angels, extremely important. This could be the game. If you get through this inning with no damage, momentum shifts back to you on the offensive side.
Oh, 2 count. That's the pitch that got him on a strikeout back in the 3rd inning.
Real good split finger fastball, starting at the belt. He's up at the knees.
Shoemaker ready. Now the 0-2. Lindor, a swing and a miss for the 2nd time with Bradley on deck. Lindor strikes out and the Indians leave him loaded. David Murphy leading things off. He will take ball 1. The Angels have had just 1 base runner tonight, and that was a walk to Trout with 2 outs in the 4th. Roscoe's not allowed a hit. 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Murphy struck out in the 2nd. Fouled back.
Well, what a pitch that Shoemaker made to get Lindor to get through that inning with no damage. Kept that front shoulder in, split finger fastball. What a pitch. Good job by Iannetta to keep it in front. Good balance. Finish it off at perfect rotation, that split finger fastball. See if that momentum from that strikeout for Shoemaker can move over to the offensive side.
Shoe at 90 pitches now. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Another one of those counts for Carrasco that hasn't been too solid for him so far. 471 on a 2-1 count against him, including a home run. For 17 in these counts.
I wonder if there's an effect of having to sit there and watch how the top of the 5th inning played out. Not a quick inning by any stretch.
And also you feel as a pitcher you're going to get some runs.
This will loop out to center. There's the first hit of the night. Leadoff man on board. And it's David Murphy with the knock.
Sometimes when you're on that bench as a pitcher, you're throwing very well. You had a no-hitter going through 4 innings. And you think, okay, I'm going to get some run support. Didn't get any. And then you go right back out to the mound. And a perfect swing on a good pitch, too. Murphy went down and got that low pitch. Hits it over Lindor's head for the first hit of the game for the Halos.
It's pretty good hops, by the way, for Lindor.
He covers a lot of ground.
Yeah. Here's Ibar. With a fly ball to shallow center field that ended the 2nd. Bunt on the 3rd base side. Gomes will let it roll foul, and that is just foul. Boy, that ball looked like it was headed back toward the foul line.
And you can't wait around.
He almost did, too. Almost too long.
See, that's what you do as a coaching staff when you come into a ballpark. You roll baseballs down both lines to see if they would roll back into play. And this almost did that. Real good angle. See how that baseball's rolling? Almost made its way back, and that was real close to the chalk. I mean, real close. And it started drifting its way back in there. Just got it foul.
That is awfully close. All it needs to do is just touch that chalk. 0-1 count. Murphy at first. Urshela playing way in at 3rd base.
Trying to manufacture a run. You have the perfect guy up to be able to do so.
Murphy takes off. It's a hit and run. A throw down to 2nd, and Murphy is out. One away.
And a perfect throw from Gomes once again. See the tag apply before the foot on the base. On a hit and run, you're at the mercy of the batter making contact. Eric unable to do so.
A lot of off-speed pitches for Eric Ibar. 2 outs. Strikeout number 5 now for Carrasco. Hey fans, join us for Italian Heritage Night Saturday when the Angels take on the Orioles. And that's a 6:05 start. You can get your ticket package online and receive an Italian Angels hat and great seats to the game. Just log on at angels.com/Italy. Here's Connor Gillespie. Swings the first pitch, fouls it off. Gillespie 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Connor now 3 for 12 in his career against Carrasco. 3 RBIs. More sliders now.
between his slider and his changeup and his fastball, all right around that same plane.
Just 60 pitches, 43 strikes tonight. Oh, 2. Breaks his bat and fouls it.
See the movement on this pitch. And this shatters the bat off the end of the bat because of that movement at 95.
Halos picking up Gillespie from the Chicago White Sox, was designated for assignment by the Sox. Grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. At the Wichita State. One ball, 2 strikes.
Notice how he has that grip, his changeup grip, to bring the baseball into the glove. That way it doesn't tip. If he's throwing a fastball or all speed, he can bring his fingers close on his 2-seam fastball. See right there as he's has the baseball in his hand. That's more of the circle change grip. And then he brings it into the glove, depending on what he's going to throw. Much easier to bring your fingers close together from a fastball as compared to a fastball into a changeup grip.
Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Giavatella on deck. Serious deuces wild with 22 at the plate too. Gillespie last year had a nice season for the White Sox at .282 for him. 7 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Takes inside, full count.
Let's watch it go. He was trying to set up a high target there. Carrasco's a guy that doesn't throw many pitches upstairs. They're being a fastball off the plate but down. Most difficult thing to do for a pitcher, a sinker ball pitcher, especially one that lives with the fastball at the knees, is to try to elevate a fastball.
Payoff, and it's a chopper to second. Ramirez has it. The Angels are done here in the 5th. We head to the 6th inning. Matt Shoemaker coming back out, and we are still scoreless. Brantley getting to start in left tonight after DHing last night. 1 for 2. Struck out looking and credited with a single off the wall and right. Hits this one to right field. Playable for Calhoun as he drifts back on it. 1 away. A couple of pretty well squared up baseballs by Brantley. Trevor Gott getting ready for the Angels. 92 pitches now for Shoemaker. Santana 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound at a strikeout. A solid outing for Matt Shoemaker. Two balls, no strikes.
Smith just missed with that split finger fastball at the outside corner.
That one caught the outside corner, at least according to Jeff Nelson. Santana doesn't think so. That's a nasty split.
Now that's his A split finger fastball. Starts middle of the plate and then drops below the zone.
That's got fastball plane the entire way, then disappears at the plate.
And you can even see the swing path for Santana, thinking it was going to be a low fastball.
2-2. Missed low, full count. Jan Gomes, the catcher, on deck. No runs, 5 hits, 5 left on for Cleveland. No runs, a hit, 1 left on for the Angels. Payoff on the way. That's a called strike 3. The front door, 2-seamer, 2 outs.
After 3 in a row as far as split finger fastball, comes with the 2-seam fastball and runs back and catches the corner. It's a great sequence set up by Iannetta. Stayed on top. That 2-seam fastball runs back, freezes Santana. And Iannetta frames that first strikeout.
It's the 3rd time tonight that he's gotten a left-hander looking on that pitch. Jan Gomes, a fly ball to center and a ground out.
So I think that's 9 strikeouts in the game for Shoemaker.
I mentioned earlier that the Angels had a combined 14 strikeouts to the Indians last night. Danger zone up there.
Mistake. Shoemaker knew he got away with that. 100 pitches thrown, 58 strikes. Talk about what he's done in his last 5 starts. 63% of his pitches or strikes is 58 in this game, but he's really thrown some quality pitches.
One and 2. Shoemaker trying to finish strong. Likely his last inning. Halos in the bottom of the 6th. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Giavotella, Iannetta, and DeJesus. 2-2 to go. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gomes. A 1-2-3 6th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Still scoreless. And set your DVRs. Good one. We do, baby.
That's a great movie, by the way.
It was on the other night.
Yes,
by
it
the
was.
way. Giavotella leading things off here. No 1 count. By the way, Andrew Heaney does look like Doc Holliday.
Yeah, he is. He is Doc. Val Kilmer?
Yep.
Yeah, he has that look.
Yeah.
Once he said, I don't really know, I said, you're fine. Hey, that's cool.
103 pitches for Matt Shoemaker. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks. 19 straight scoreless innings for Shu. Another good outing for him. Johnny's 0 for 1. Lined down to the right fielder Chisenhall in the third.
That's 20 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched and 2 starts against Cleveland.
Two-one count. Two-one now from Carrasco. This one's out toward shallow right center field. Bourne comes racing in. Closing speed, makes the catch, and there's the first down of the 6th.
Well, he can cover some ground. Like my Hyundai key for this game. Always into something, and it's going to find a way. The Angels have to find some kind of way to be able to score a run here against Carrasco, who has been outstanding. That Shoemaker, very good in his 6 shutout innings. Chris Iannetta trying to get it started here after that nice play by Bourne in center field. So whatever way it takes to be able to score a run here, whether it's a home run or a gapper, we'll find a way to get Shoemaker an opportunity to pick up a W.
Halos vet just 2 base runners tonight to walk to try in the 4th. A single by Murphy leading off the 5th. Chris looks at a strike. He punched out in the 3rd. So for 1. Carrasco with 5 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk. As advertised for him, he's been very, very good all season. This one lifted out toward left center field. Towering shot. It'll stay in the yard. 2 down. I mentioned earlier too that Carrasco with terrific numbers or on the road, I should say, compared to at home. 2.82 ERA this year compared to 5.37 at Progressive Field.
When you look at his numbers, you wonder how he could have an ERA over 4. It's still a pretty solid ERA. Opponent's only hitting .243 against him. He's only allowed 12 home runs. Basically what it comes down to, he's susceptible to a big inning against him. And that certainly has not been the case at all tonight. He doesn't throw many pitches above the knees the whole night, whether it's inside or outside.
He's not yet made a mistake. Ground ball back toward the middle. Lindor to his left has it. Angels go down in order. 6 in the books here at the Big A. Still goose eggs on the board.
Mile-an-hour fastball with great movement, slider, changeup. But what a job once again by Shoemaker. He's really settled in this role once again, being part of the rotation. Dominant performance.
Gott started the season at Double-A Arkansas. Pitched in 18 games there, had 8 saves. 7 games at Triple-A. Been in the big league since. The first one is in for a strike. It's Chisenhall, Sands, and Bourne for Cleveland here the 7th. Indians right fielder 0 for 2. In the hole at 0-2. Got a 6th round pick by the Padres in 2013 out of the University of Kentucky. Didn't take him long to get to the big leagues. Came over to the Angels with Houston Street last year from the Pods.
Runs that fastball up and hit it 97.
22nd game this year for the Angels. Mike Scioscia with a lot of trust in him. 2-2. That was just above the knuckles.
That's letting that baseball travel real deep in the strike zone.
That is in your kitchen right there. Emergency hack. This one out toward left center field, tailing away from Trout. Got a good jump on it. He'll track it down for the first out.
What a play by Trout. And now it's time for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Well, birds continue to fly. Baltimore has been playing great baseball, but right now behind in the game against Oakland 5-0. And Edison High School alum makes his MLB debut for the Red Sox. Henry Owens did a nice job, went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, had an early lead 2-1, but the Yankees came back and won the game against Boston tonight.
Will birds continue to fly? I thought you were going to give us an Eagles update on training camp. I know you got that video of Tebow doing his workout on your phone.
He got a huge ovation today at the workout.
Jerry Sands is 1 for 2 with a single. 2 balls, no strikes. Sands with a base hit in the 5th inning. Started that to be a no rally for Cleveland. They left the bases loaded as Lindor struck out. And Shue had himself a 1-2-3 6th. Hitters have hit 244 against Scott. Lefties 282, righties 205. There's a strike. Full count. Payoff pitch. Sands a little chopper over to Ibar. 2 outs.
Nice job by Gott getting back into the count, eventually get a ground ball out after being behind 3-0.
Bourne, the center fielder's 1 for 2 as he singled off the glove of Pujols in the 5th. Chopper, Givatella has to come charging in. A 1-2-3 for Trevor Gott. Stretch time here at the Big A. Calhoun, Trout, Pujols coming up for the Angels, still with no score. Cole, a ground ball to third, a strikeout.
It's a real good changeup. Start the at bat against Cole. He was looking fastball, got a changeup instead. Roscoe last game out went complete game, only threw 103 pitches, 72 strikes.
Just missed low. Pitch it could have gone either way.
He certainly doesn't waste any time on the mound either.
Pretty much everything as far as the fastballs have been away to lefties. Stuff that he has thrown in really have been just that breaking ball slider,
that slider down and in, yes.
There it is. 1 down.
That is a nasty pitch. Under control with his slider. After a fastball away at 95, throws a slider underneath the hands at 87. We'll take one of those magical swings from Mike Trout. Hope to get that one mistake. Carrasco has not made any mistakes in this game in the 79 pitches he has thrown.
Trout lifting out toward left center field. Bourne has the beat on it. Got in on the hands. 2 outs.
And first pitch swinging.
Albert 0 for 2 with a bouncer back to the mound and a strikeout. Joe Smith getting ready. Indians in the 8th inning. We'll have 9, 1 and 2 coming up. Carrasco's been under no stress at all tonight. Just 2 base runners. This one back toward the middle, but with the shift on, that's Ramirez, the second baseman. The Angels go down into order. 7 complete. Still scoreless here at the Big A.
There's no doubt about that.
Urshela, Ramirez, Lindor for Cleveland. Joe pitching in his 47th game this year. Pitched last night. 2/3 of an inning. Had 2 strikeouts. Urshela, the third baseman, 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. Slider hooked down the left field line. That is foul. Just foul. Out in front of that frisbee slider. 0-2 count.
That was extremely close. See how close that is to the chalk. How about a baseball and a half? Just a strike. 0-2 now. Time to expand the strike zone and get a swing and miss.
Broken bat, roller to 3rd. Gillespie has it. 1 down. Hey, follow the Angels all season long with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, statcast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. Jose Ramirez, the second baseman, has been on board 3 times with 2 walks and a single. Old one. Texas defeating the Astros tonight 4-3. Oakland leading Baltimore currently 5-0. That's the 7th at the Coliseum. Ramirez looks at a strike. Seattle defeated the Rockies in Denver 10-4. Here's scoreless in the 8th. Giamatello to Pujols, 2 outs.
Trying to keep it a 0-0 game. Carrasco, this is one of the best games I've seen pitched against the Angels this entire season at this point. Pitch count under control for him. His movement on his pitches, his assortment of pitches he has thrown.
Lindor, the shortstop, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Pulls this one down the line. That's a fair ball. Lindor with good speed on his way to second. Cole up with it. And it's a 2-out double.
Pitch down, but right over the middle of the plate.
First hit of the series for Lindor. It's a double, his 6th of the year.
Shoemaker made some outstanding pitches to him in some clutch situations. Kind of ran right out over the plate. Tried to run that one down and away, but too much of the plate. Lindor hooks it down the line. 6th double of the season.
You're talking about Carrasco and the performance tonight. You know what? It reminded me of the first game after the All-Star break. The Red Sox were in town. Miley allowing just 1 hit against the Angels in his 7+ innings. 6 strikeouts, and it ended up, of course, being the Trout walk-off home run. A 1-0 victory for the Angels. The bottom of the 9th.
Certainly focused in there still. Gonna walk Brantley. And Brantley's had some good swings, especially his last 2 at-bats. Single off the top of the wall. It's a great throw from Cole Calhoun, got him at second. And he basically lined out to the warning track in right field his next at-bat.
And there's ball 4. So Santana will bat with 2 on and 2 outs. Santana 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of strikeouts. Bouncer back to the mound. Shoemaker worked 6 scoreless with 10 strikeouts. It's 5th time in his career that Shoemaker's gotten to 10 strikeouts. 3rd time this season. Got a scoreless 7th inning. Bouncer over to first. Albert's got it. Takes it himself. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Murphy, Ibar, Gillespie coming up. Still scoreless.
That ground ball out off of Santana's bat to Albert Pujols, and the only hit of the game for the Halos. Former Indian David Murphy stayed back on that low fastball and went the other way for a base hit. Now up here now trying to do the same, do some damage against Carrasco, who has been unbelievably consistent in this game.
Complete game plan the last time out. So far so good here. Foot race. Sands feeds Carrasco the baseball, and there's the first out to start the bottom of the 8th. '84 pitches for the right-hander.
Winneberg will try a drag bunt here to get on base.
Oh for 2. Fly ball to center and a strikeout. Sands, the first baseman, playing deep.
Couldn't even move in either. Bring that baseball right with you down the first base line.
Trying to slap at this one. Shella has it. 2 outs. Shella, for a youngster, very under control at third base. Both defensively and offensively, what we've seen.
He's got good hands. Quick on his transfer.
Native of Colombia.
He was playing on the bunt, and Eric tried to slap that baseball by him. You know, quick in the transfer and the perfect throw to get Ibar at first base.
Gillespie 0 for 2 twice. Is grounded out to Ramirez at second. 6 hits for Cleveland, a 1 for the Angels. 2 base runners, as we pointed out. The walk to Trout in the 4th. Leadoff single by Murphy in the 5th. Just saw Houston Street getting ready. Breaking ball foul.
Look what he has done as the game has progressed. 6th inning, this 8 pitches thrown. 7th inning, 8 pitches thrown. And so far, 5 in this inning. He's got 2 outs. 88 total pitches after 103 in a complete game his last time out.
1-2. One, two. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the 9th. Cleveland with Gomes, Chisenhall, and Sands due up. Two-two. Dribbler left side. Lindor lays back for a second. Now he's got it. Fires to first, and the Angels go down in order. 8 complete. We head to the 9th. Still no score. Used by Mike Scioscia will pitch the 9th. He's got Gomes, Chisenhall, and Sands. Houston last night came in and locked down his 26th save, his 301st of his career. Did so facing 4 batters. Just gave up a single, had a strikeout on that one, and closed it out by retiring Jose Ramirez. Joe Smith, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 intentional walk. Yan Gomes, the catcher, 0 for 3 tonight. Fly ball to center, ground ball to short, and a strikeout. Houston last night a total of 19 pitches. Final game of the series tomorrow afternoon, 12:35 start. Hector Santiago on the mound facing Danny Salazar. Another right-hander. Another good arm. Gomes breaks his bat, rolls one toward the middle. Giovatella's there. 1 down. Lonnie Chisenhall, the right fielder's 0 for 3. Cleveland has stranded 7 base runners tonight. And a little 2-out rally to 3rd inning. Back-to-back hits allowed by Shoemaker, but then he struck out Lindor to finish off the 3rd. Then in the 5th inning, Shoe got into some trouble. 2 hits. The 2 outs, gave up a walk and load him up as this one's hooked foul. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, Lindor struck out. Big strikeout too of Urshela, because that was with runners at 1st and 3rd, and 1 out. Urshela went down swinging on a backup slider. Shoemaker 6 innings, scoreless baseball, 10 punch outs, 2 walks, and 5 hits allowed. Another solid outing for him. Off speed, popped up foul. This one into the seats.
Kind of a mistake pitch by Houston. Chisenhall fastball out over the plate, pretty much the middle of the plate.
Halos needing a victory to pick up a game in the standings, with Texas having defeated Houston earlier tonight. Chisenhall chases. Iannetta applies the tag, and there is out number 2.
Real good location after that mistake the pitch before. Good changeup in the dirt. And Iannetta, as he slides across, has that baseball go right into his throwing hand.
Jerry Sands, the first baseman, is 1 for 3, singling back in the 5th. He hits one off the end of the bat toward left center field. DeJesus got a good jump on it. He's there. He will put it away. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. Giavotella, Iannetta, DeJesus coming up for the Angels. Trying to fly ball to center.
These are the moments where Johnny Giavotella comes through with a big swing.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Something good's going to happen here.
All right. Almost gets hit here, and he
And
did
it
hit. Gilby with the call. A hit by pitch. Leadoff man on board.
Going old school.
Shane Victorino's grabbed a bat. He's coming up to bat here. Well, we saw the hit by pitch in last night's game get the Angels back into it. That was DeJesus in the 5th inning.
And this fastball just ran in off the plate. He just got the uniform.
Iannetta's night comes to an end, 0 for 2. Strike down the fly ball to center. Victorino, 37 games this year, .238 hitter, couple of doubles, a home run, 4 runs batted in. As an Angel, he's 2 for 11. Urshela playing in over at third base, anticipating a bunt. Sands holding Giavotella. Bunt, that's perfectly placed. Gomes takes it, fires the first sacrifice, puts the winning run in scoring position.
Nice job by Victorino. Bunt down.
High fives all around for the veteran. The Angels get their first base runner into scoring position. DeJesus 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a line out. Takes ball 1.
Brantley with a good arm out in left field. 7 outfield assists. So Carrasco's going to pitch Jesus away.
Big hole on the left side. Lindor is shading him up the middle. This is hit towards second. Ramirez has it, and Giavotella alertly gets back to the bag. 2 outs.
Jesus with a good swing. A solid defensive play. We've seen a lot of good defensive plays in this game, as well as a well-pitched game. Pitched down, went down and got it. A good swing. Well, Ramirez, he's got good range. We talked about that last night. Able to catch that one, but good base running by Giavotella.
It is so tempting to take off in that situation. Gives Calhoun an opportunity now with 2 outs. Cole 0 for 3 with a ground out and 2 punch outs. The 2 strikeouts have come, and that slider down and in.
Cole with the big defensive play in this game against Brantley off the wall. Perfect throw. Nailed him at second base. See if he can come through with a big swing here now.
Downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. And with Lindor playing up the middle, Giavotella's got to be careful as far as the lead is concerned at second. It does open up the left side of the infield. Trout on deck. Brantley in a couple of steps in left field. 2-0 now to Cole. Takes a strike. 2-1. 2-1 pitch, a bouncer foul.
You got to believe now he's going to throw that slider down and in. That'll be his 100th pitch of the game. You still have enough on that slider to be able to locate it well.
You mentioned that last complete game in his last start on just 103 pitches.
That's why he's so fresh even in this game. A lot of times when you throw a lot of pitches to complete a game, you're not as crisp the next time out. But he didn't waste a lot of pitches. 72 of them strikes that last game out.
Winning run standing at second, 2 outs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he got him with that slider again. The Angels leave a man in scoring position. We head to the 10th, still scoreless. Alvarez on the season, 2-2, a 3.48 ERA, 37th game. 44 innings, 41 strikeouts, and 16 walks. Facing Bourne, Urshela, and Ramirez, a scheduled 3 batters. Ryan Rayburn actually is going to come up and pinch hit for Bourne.
How impressive, Carrasco. 5 of the 9 innings pitch, he threw 9 pitches or less.
Ryan Rayburn batting for Michael Bourne, who ends the night going 1 for 3. Rayburn, a .271 hitter this season, 4 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He's 5 for 20 as a pinch hitter with 8 RBIs. Rayburn in his 3rd season with Cleveland. He drives one out toward right, toward the foul line. Cole, long run, is there, puts it away for the first out.
Covered a lot of ground to make that play. Did not take his bat out to the field. Solid defensive play by Cole Calhoun.
Giovanni Urshela, 1 for 3 tonight with a single. He shoots one down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. Into the corner. Urshela on his way to second. He'll stop right there. Second hit of the night, picks up his 5th double. And the leadoff man, Jose Ramirez, coming up.
A thigh-high pitch out over the plate. Good swing for Urshela, right down the line. A high leg kick for Urshela, but it was elevated and went with the pitch the other way for a double. His 5th of the season.
Ramirez spins around to hit from the right side, and the first one's upstairs. 1 for 2 game for the second baseman. A single and a couple of walks. Alvarez pitched Sunday against the Dodgers, went 2 innings in that one, striking out 3 and allowing 2 hits. A better outing than the previous couple of outings, which he gave up some runs. Two on count. Reaching for this one toward the hole. Ibar has it. Goes to third. Gillespie applies the tag. Got him. Heads up play by Eric Ibar. He did not have a play at first.
Yeah, not many shortstops have those instincts to make that play. Omar Vizquel, former Cleveland Indian, was the guy that did that play so well. Eric Ibar, excellent instincts. No chance to get him in first. And Gillespie gets back to the base, which is important. And a perfect feed, applies the tag. What a play by Eric. And a perfect throw as the third baseman's getting back to the base to be able to find the base and then apply a tag.
Lindor hits a big rip, fouls it off, and it's an 0-1 count on the shortstop. 1 for 4. A stutter step there by Urshela, thinking perhaps that ball is going to sneak through the left side. Check in of Ramirez over at first base. Good speed for him. Lindor lifts one out to right field. Cole drifting back on it. Stepping onto the track, puts it away in front of the wall. It's the third out of the 10th. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Trout, Pujols, 1-1 mark and a 1.93 ERA.
80 games last year, pitch which led the majors. There's a lot of cut fastballs. About 76% of his pitches cut fastballs, with a slider and a split finger fastball. And Mike Trout coming to the plate, starting off the second half against Boston. The 0-0 game, walks off. Fastball, crushed. Trout, Angels win that one 1-0. See that again here with a mistake pitch.
Shaw, 27-year-old from Livermore High School at the Long Beach State. Diamondbacks second-round pick in 2008. Third season with the Indians. First one's down low. Trout, limited experience against Shaw, just 0 for 1. Guy with the most at-bats, Connor Gillespie, 5. He's 2 for 5 against him. Slider missing low, 2-0. Shaw last year 80 games for Cleveland, 5-5 and a 2.59 ERA.
Career ERA against the Angels, a little over 5. Do enough of those cut fastballs, eventually lead it out over the plate.
2-1. Traded to the Indians before the 2013 season. That was that 3-team deal with the Diamondbacks, the Indians, and the Reds. Trevor Bauer was in that deal. Shin-Soo Choo, just to name a couple. Didi Gregorius. Trout tonight 0 for 2. A ground out, a walk, and a fly ball to center. Just got underneath one in the 7th. Here's the 2-1. Takes a strike, 2-2.
Boy, cut fastball after cut fastball.
Pujols on deck. 2-2 now. Upstairs, full count. That's a 90-92 cut fastball. Run it up there too, 95. Here comes the 3-2. Trout check swing, bouncer to first. Sands takes it himself. Wow. Mike tried to hold up, but it would have been a strike, at least according to Fox Tracks.
Yeah,
it's that borderline pitch, you know. Albert 1 for 2 against Shaw. Hitless tonight. The only hit for the Angels, David Murphy. The 5th inning.
A conventional slider on that first pitch.
Cleveland bullpen solid this year, 9-11, a 3.13 ERA. We saw Webb last night go 2 innings. And that is out toward left center field. Holt to his left. 2 down. Off the end of the bat. Pitch was up. And now here comes Murphy with 2 outs.
And a pitch out over the plate. Also, that cutter didn't have a whole lot of action to it, but towards the end of the bat, just enough to keep it in the ballpark.
Murphy a 1 for 3 game with that base hit in the 5th. Bounces this one to Sands. Halos go down quietly and in order here in the 10th. We head to the 11th. Still scoreless. As they threw a total of 9 pitches in the 10th. A bunt on the third base side. Gillespie can't handle it. And it's a bunt base hit for Bradley. Leadoff man on for Cleveland.
Not a bad decision by Brantley, especially Gillespie playing back. See how far back he's playing. And a perfect bunt right down the third base line. One of those plays you have to make with the bare hand. Unable to corral the baseball. Would have been a very, very close play anyhow. And you got speed on the bases too with Brantley.
Santana an 0 for 4 game. Brantley, by the way, with 11 stolen bases, been caught once. Santana looks at the strike.
Santana has grounded into 13 double plays.
244 hitter from the right side, 220 from the left. Missed it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cam Bedrosian getting ready. Called up before the game yesterday. Was in the pen last night. Angels 3 and 4 in extra innings this season. A lot of times you go through these type of games and you sit there and you go, well, they had a couple of opportunities tonight. That has not been the case.
No.
Outside 3 and 1. They did have a couple of shots in the 9th to Jesus. Lined down to second baseman Ramirez, and Calhoun struck out with Giavatello standing at second. Bouncer toward third. Gillespie has it. Fires to second. Giavatello flips it over to first. A double play. 2 down.
We've got now 14 double plays Santana has grounded into. A tough hop too to Gillespie. Corrals it and a good feed over Giavatello, completes a 5-4-3 double play. Not quite the grip he wanted to initially, but a good enough throw to be able to complete the double play.
Off-speed pitch for a strike on Yan Gomes. Gomes 0 for 4 tonight. Cleveland with a total of 8 hits. The Angels with 1 off the plate. Bottom of the 11th inning. Ibar, Gillespie, and Giavotella. Scheduled 3 batters for the Angels.
Good slider.
Just now around the 3-hour mark for this game. Both starting pitchers very good. Carrasco 9 scoreless. Shoemaker 6 scoreless. But got Smith, Street, now Alvarez for his second inning. 1-2. Fouled back. 12:35 start tomorrow afternoon for the finale of this 3-game set. Victor Santiago going up against Danny Salazar. The Angels with an off day on Thursday. One, two.
Oh, he looked like he wanted to ring him up, and that's right down the middle of the plate.
Pretty good sight there by Jeff Nelson.
That's right down the middle.
I don't understand why that pitch is not called a strike. I don't care if a catcher's reaching back.
Doesn't matter. It's a strike.
Yeah.
It's the strike zone.
2-2 now. And he got him to chase the off speed. So a strikeout nonetheless. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Eric Ibar, the lead over on the mound. 41st game, 2-3 record, a 2.90 ERA for the 27-year-old, native of Peoria, Illinois. Yankees third-round pick in 2006. But his time in the big leagues has all been spent with Cleveland, 5th season. 21-28 in his career at the major league level. By far his best season.
Well, his velocity has really picked up coming out of the bullpen. Last year, average fastball around 92.9 miles per hour. Out of the bullpen, 95.2. And the Fangraphs, only a 3-mile-an-hour difference coming out of the bullpen.
He was the player to be named later in the Austin Kearns deals. Austin went from Cleveland to New York. Indians getting McAllister. This was fouled off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Former starter, but like you said, what's in the bullpen now? We can empty the tank. Just come on out. Let it all fly. Shaw, by the way, 1 inning. Retiring Trout, Pools, and Murphy. This one's out to left. Bradley back a couple of steps. 1-1. Connor Gillespie stepping up. 0 for 3 tonight. Last night, against Corey Kluber did this.
Big 2-run home run, giving the Angels their first lead in 48 innings. That swing in the bat. First home run as an Angel.
0 for 3 tonight with 3 ground ball outs.
So far this year, the Angels have won games which had just 1 hit in the game, and also won a game when they only had 2 hits in a game.
So you're saying there's a chance. This one's fouled off.
He's trying to keep it all together. Home run by Gillespie last night, looking for that second hit right here. See if he can hook it around the corner.
Obviously coming over from the White Sox with experience against Cleveland. He's 2 for 14 in his career against McAllister.
It's a different fastball than what we saw when he was a starter. 97. Seems like since Wade Davis has made that transition, a lot of clubs are going with starters who maybe had struggled as a starter going in that bullpen with power arms.
1-2. Breaking ball. Didn't go. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everything else in Major League Baseball a final. Scoreless here in the 11th. 2-2 now. Popped him up. Shallow center. Lindor going out. Holt racing in. It's the shortstop making the catch for the second out. So it's Giavotella coming up. Hit by a pitch to lead off the 9th against Carrasco. A sacrifice to second, but remains stranded there. The only base runner the Angels have had reached second. One. Nobody listening for the Angels, although Bedrosian was up. Bottom of the 11th. Could send Alvarez back out there in a fairly quick 11th inning. He's gone 2 frames already. Chisenhall, Sands, and Holt due up at the 12th. A chopper towards second. Ramirez comes charging in. Low throw. Sands can't take it out. Giavotella's on board. Infield base hit for Giavotella.
Ramirez could cover so much ground. Charged that baseball very well, but the low throw. Sands could not scoop it. Quick on the transfer, the low throw, a tough short hop. Sands unable to corral that baseball. Giavotella on base again.
This is 9th career game at first base for Sands. Carlos Perez up for his first plate appearance. With 2 outs and a man on. Carlos took over as Chris Iannetta was pinch hit for him. Shane Victorino performing the sacrifice in the 9th. 223, pardon me, on the season. A couple of home runs, 13 runs batted. Urshela guarding the line at third. Outfield straight around. Chisenhall shallow and right. Broken bat, a little pop-up past the mound. Hits the dirt. McAllister picks it up. Fires to first. And he's out at first. Alfredo Griffin was pointing to the bag, maybe saying that Sands was off the bag, but it's the 3rd out of the inning. We continue play here at the Big A. We head to the 12th still with no score. Chisenhall 0 for 4 tonight. 2 strikeouts and a couple of fly balls to left. Oh, 2.
We're part of the strike zone.
Angels in the bottom of the 12th have the top of their order coming up. To Jesus, Calhoun, and Trout. Nobody loosening for Cleveland. McAllister certainly capable of giving Terry Francona multiple innings.
He's been a starter throughout his career.
Longest outing this year, 4 innings. That was back on April the 10th. This one's a little bleeder out to left center field. DeJesus not going to get there. Falls in for a hit. Chisenhall slams on the brake, stops at first, and it's a leadoff single. It'll be Jerry Sands coming to the plate. Mike Scioscia's coming out. That's going to be for Alvarez. Campodrosian loosening is coming on in relief. A pitching change here in the 12th. Scoreless with a man on at first. 60 ERA. He's allowed 21 hits in 15 and 2/3 innings. 13 strikeouts, but 10 walks. Called up before the game yesterday. Cam at AAA, 1-1 with a 2.97 earned run average. 22 ball games with 3 saves. Facing Jerry Sands, the first baseman, and Chisenhall at first. Sands had a single back in the 5th.
No thought of him squaring around at all in that one.
Breaking ball away. Sands with just 2 career sacrifices. Has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Not a big lead at all for Chisenhall at first. That is line to right. Calhoun will get there. Nice running catch by Cole. Pretty good piece of hitting by Jerry Sands. 1 out.
Cole was able to make that play because that quick first step. This baseball looked like it was destined for the corner. It was all about that reaction and first step for Cole Calhoun. See how far he's got to go and how quickly he has to close to make that play. He's made 3 outstanding defensive plays in this game.
Here's Tyler Holt, first plate appearance tonight. Took over defensively out in center field. Bourne was pinch hit for back in the 8th. Or probably the 10th, Ryan Raven. Holt at the big leagues this year, 1 for 13. Ended up going 0 for 2 last night with a couple of strikeouts. Nine hits for Cleveland, 2 for the Angels. They've stranded 8. The Angels have left 3. Oh, 2. Slider almost got him to chase. And Holberg saying he did not go. He's at first base tonight. He'll be behind the plate tomorrow afternoon. One ball, 2 strikes. Fastball got him looking. Down goes Holt. He knew it. 2 down.
All about locating a fastball well. Pedrosian with that perfect pitch right on the outside corner. If there's a slider, almost got Holt to swing at it. Frozen with a fastball.
Giovanni Urshela, the third baseman. Multi-hit game tonight with a single and a double. Doubled in the 10th. Nice block by Perez. 1-0 count on the Indians' third baseman. And that is hit well to deep left field. Back is DeJesus, and that is gone. A 2-run home run for Giovanni Urshela. And it's a 2-0 Indians lead. A hanging breaking ball.
They got the lower part of the strike zone. He's had some good swings throughout this game. His third hit. Single double, now that 2-run home run. Now it's time for the top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. Urshela got a pitch out over the plate and hooks it right to the left field corner for a 2-run home run. His 4th home run of the season.
There's Ramirez, the leadoff man. One from 3-9 for Ramirez. Pedroia just unable to get through this inning. Second home run allowed by Cam at the big league level this year. 1-2. Fourth home run for Urshela. Now with 12 runs batted in. Off the plate. Cody Allen getting ready now for Cleveland, their closer. 21 saves on the season. This one's down toward shallow left center. DeJesus comes in. And he will make the catch. So we head to the bottom of the 12th. The Angels have DeJesus, Calhoun, and Trout coming up. Now down 2-0. Allen, the Indians' 23rd round pick back in 2011. He's pitching in his 45th game, 1-3 record, a 3.64 ERA. He had 24 saves last year for Cleveland, 21 saves this year on the season, 64 punch-outs in 42 innings. So DeJesus to lead things off. He's 0 for 4. Lined down his last time up, and that was with Giavotella at second. It was in the 9th inning. DeJesus 0 for 1 in his career against Cody Allen. First one low. And a pop-up foul headed behind the Angels dugout. It's counted 1-1. Last outing for Allen 2 days ago at Oakland, picked up the save. Gave up a run on 2 hits in 2/3 of an inning. I'm sorry, took the loss. Save situation. Lays off the high fastball, did not go, and it's 2-1. Calhoun on deck. 2-1 now. This one's pulled foul. Alfredo watches it go by. 2-2.
Trying to get on base, bring that tying run to the plate. He almost had the game-winning hit. Ramirez made a nice play on the line drive in the ninth.
Allen's given up a couple of home runs on the season. Two-two. This one's fouled back and out of play. For the last 6 outings for Cody Allen, he's given up a run. And only one of those outings did he not allow a hit. Still with good stuff. Breaking ball, and they got him swinging. Fooled him on the off-speed stuff. There's out number 1.
He's got a real good curveball. Straight over the top of this pitch. 12-6 break. And a swing and miss on that one.
So 1 out, nobody on for Calhoun, who's 0 for 4 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Ground ball to third. Just 2 hits on the night for the Angels. Zach McAllister, the pitcher of record for Cleveland. Pitched a scoreless 11th, giving up a hit. Cole 1 for 3 against Allen with a double. Trout has had only 1 plate appearance, and that resulted in a walk. He's on deck. 2-0 Indians here in the bottom of the 12th. A 2-run home run by Giovanni Urshela, the third baseman, off Cam Bedrosian. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He certainly had some power arms going this entire game for Cleveland. Carrasco starting it off with 9 amazing innings by him, just 1 hit allowed. He's rushing in mid to upper 90s throughout. Same thing with Shaw with his cut fastball, McAllister with his. Now Allen.
Backdoor breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Seattle, Texas, and Oakland all won in the American League West. Houston lost to the Rangers. Lost by the Halos, and they would remain 3 back. Just 3 ahead of the Rangers. That one's down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2. Check swing, he went around. Got him on a breaking ball, 2 outs. So the Angels down to the last out here, the 12th.
Another good breaking ball going at almost the exact same spot throughout the game that Indians have gone after that breaking ball down and in against Cole. Did not hold up on the swing, crosses the plate. Second punch out of the inning for Allen.
Trout at 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Looks at a strike. Oh, 2. Not messing around here. Trying to knot this series up at a game apiece. Of course, that rubber game tomorrow afternoon. 12:35 tomorrow. Oh, 2 cued over to first. Sands has it. And the Indians shut out the Angels in extra innings by the final of 2-0.
Urshela with a great game. The third baseman for Cleveland with that 2-run home run in the 12th, 3-hit performance. And what an effort by the entire staff for Cleveland to win this one 2-0. The Angels only 2 hits in the game.
Jose Alvarez suffers a loss. Zach McAllister picks up the win. And Cody